name is Stephen Wilkes. I'm a photographer and an artist and a first-time director. And we're here to talk about the film, my first documentary feature that I did on my mentor, Jay Maisel here. I know Jay for over 40 years now. He's really been a very important part of my life. And at this point in my life, as an artist, and I've been working for many years, and your perspective on things that made a difference in your life, you've become very clear about. And when Jay called me and said, "Hey man, I gotta sell it," and I was in shock, almost like, "Go sell it." It didn't even register. And he said, "No, I gotta sell the bank, man. I can't afford to keep it anymore." Like the thought of that place disappearing, it was almost, for me personally, it was almost unbearable, to be frank, because my formative years in the business were in the bank, and meeting him. And I do love always the point, when he first met my wife, he looked at her and he goes, "So, what exactly are your intentions?" He was very maternal.
Stephen has a lot of hyperbole when he talks about me, which is very nice, but the thing that made us relate to each other was all the things that he's just spoken about. Most people would say, "Yeah, he's got a lot of shit," or "Yeah, it's colorful," or "Yeah, it meant something to him. It struck a chord in him." And there was the understanding that what a lot of people don't really care about a lot, he cares about a great deal.
Most people don't want somebody with a film crew as you're having the most stressful moment in your life, but Jay acquiesced because I think, he trusted me, and that's what it's about.
This was like every time I turned around, I was afraid of when I went to the John, I would be somebody in there waiting. No, Mike, film.
He was very, very patient about it, I gotta say.
The cinematographer, Stephen shot, but he had a cinematographer also.
Jason Green, great kid,
and, I tortured that poor bastard. I really did. It was a bizarre experience, because the last thing I really wanted was to see Stephen again, and Jason, and the sound guy, and this. When I had to deal with 15 moving men and 30 truckloads, and where am I going to put it here? Am I going to put it there? What's going to happen to it?
There's a great piece you'll see in the DVD, an outtakes that we have that's going to be part of the DVD, where Jay goes, I could have done this. I could have done this. You could have said no to. That would have made my life very easy. But the thing is,
no. But I couldn't say no because you'd been hawking me about this
for years.
For years.
Nobody had 35,000 square feet and in a building by themselves. That they could essentially do whatever they wanted to in every room. And Jay had that kind of a space. And Jay is a kind of unique artist that could actually, take his creative energy and channel it into rooms like that. Well, I describe him as a creative amoeba. And so I wanted to paint a portrait of Jay in a way that really made you, the viewer, understand him in a very whole and complete way. It really captured the essence of who he is as a person and an artist, but I also wanted to get inside of the way a photographer thinks.
The one thing that nobody talks about is that documentaries are usually pretty staid, quiet, thoughtful. They're never funny. He did a funny movie. And
well, you're a funny guy. You're a funny guy.
I'm terribly serious.
No, but you're terribly funny sometimes, and that's part of your personality. If I didn't capture his humor, then I've missed a big part of his portrait,
You couldn't build a rock this good. Although I have a friend who makes rocks. I will tell you this, I thought he was full of beans. I never thought that this was worth a movie. I never thought he could make something out of it, because to me it was my life. I don't have any exalted opinion of myself. I'm a guy who is in a process at all times. And I just didn't think he could make a movie. What's the conflict? What's the drama? And he did. he had more of an ability to have a comprehensive view of me than I did because I was so involved in it.
Well, you can never see yourself.
I would have bet money that it wouldn't amount to a hill of beans, and I was wrong.
Well, you know, it's hard to judge your own character. Like you like to say, Jay, it's hard to smell yourself. And but I had a very good scent on who he is and what he does and the kind of person he is and the kind of character he is. And I just thought he embodies so many interesting different things that I've grown up with watching and seeing firsthand. And I just thought, man, you know, this whole opportunity, this, like I said, this intersection, the move, where he was in his life, where I was in my life, and wanting to just tell that story. It was just the perfect timing. So I'm happy that you allowed me to basically torture you.
I didn't allow you to, you took over. We do not take pictures. We're taken by pictures. There will not be a volume 2.
He's determined that already. I wanted to do I'm Back, but...
I'm back.
I'm back.